Lately, we've been getting a lot of reports of layoffs. Layoffs all week, every day. All right. It's completely different than what you see from your Chicago people, in that the people over there in Chicago, they get into the bag. The police officers, they're making $250,000 a year. They running it up. They're not worried about what nobody else is talking about. And so as a result, everybody is getting to the money, except some of the people that's getting laid off. Now, this guy, I believe that I had seen him on a show like a MSNBC or a Fox News as a report, as one of the people that had been complaining about the fact that Tesla laid him off. And I'm not sure if he's over, I think he's over in Texas, but I don't know. We're going to find out. His name is, or he decided to start a YouTube channel. And so his YouTube channel name is Nico Murillo. Nico Murillo. That is his home. He got the for sale sign apparently up on it. He scratched off the numbers, put his 2 Teslas up there, and he's basically saying that he's a Tesla worker. He got laid off, and he's basically talking about his experience on the day that he got laid off. I'm interested in seeing it. I want to see what this happened. This actually just came out recently, within the last couple of weeks, and so I want to go ahead and review this. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Also, if you're not a part of the Patreon, link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Before we get to it, I want to recognize a couple of people. First of all, I want to recognize Brent Morris. Says, shout out to your sponsorship. Couple aquaponas on me. Shout out to Brent Morris with the 20 ball. I appreciate you, Brent. And then last but not least, my girl, Molly Oliver, and her drink. She ain't even know it. Molly, you so gorgeous. You so awesome. You have a sweet spirit within you. And you made sure that you looked out for me and you said lunch on me for me and Mrs. Daniels. Thank you, Molly. And let me give Molly that round of applause. Molly, thank you so much. You so awesome. You've always looked out. You always taking care of us. You always looking out for the platform. You are one of the sweetest people that I've seen. And you support us on multiple different platforms. So thank you, Molly. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, and let's get to it.
What is going on, guys? My name is Nico Murillo, and I was previously...
Let me also say that he's been able to run up like 9,000 subscribers on YouTube. So shout out to him for using this as an opportunity to monetize and then create his channel. You always can get, listen, sometimes blessings come out of some of the things that you go through.
A production supervisor at Tesla, and I was recently laid off on April 15th, Monday, and yeah, it was a very shocking and different layoff process than other companies. But first of all, just want to say thank you for everybody that has reached out to me on LinkedIn. When I posted about my layoff process, there was a lot of people that reached out. Let me just read in through the LinkedIn post. So on April 15th, Monday, at 4:30 a.m., I opened my laptop. Account was deactivated. I thought it was another IT problem, so I didn't really think anything of it. So in the morning, I usually commute. My commute starts around 4:30. I had to wake up at 4 o'clock because I live in the Central Valley, and then pretty much from 4:30 all the way till almost 6, I'll get to work. So it's a long commute. So you got a lot of playlists that you can play, listen, a lot of podcasts and all that. So, you know, putting it on autopilot helps out a lot when you drive a Tesla. But at 5 o'clock in the middle of my commute, so I checked my emails while on autopilot. So the email.
When y'all create y'all channels or y'all start to become content creators, when you start to record yourself, you'll start to see some of the things that you say and want to change eventually. You know, sometimes you'll hear yourself and you'll be like, man, I don't like the way I sound, or I say this word a lot. He says a lot. And I think that is probably just because he's a newer content creator. And so he's not used to being able to communicate effectively, or he's not used to hearing himself speak. He's only used to talking naturally without having to worry about whether or not it's going to be criticized or not. But he definitely says a lot of times. So we just going to have to get used to that with this. And that has nothing to do with the video itself. However, I just want to point that out for you content creators or people that's not content creators. If you want to learn how to improve your communication skills gradually and over a period of time, record yourself and listen back to what it is that you said to yourself.
Read, unfortunately, as a result, your position has been eliminated by this restructuring. So immediately after that, I was like, is this like real? And then I texted my manager and I was like, hey, I was like, what is this? And then he texted me back, everyone got it. We'll get more info later. And that was at 5:05 a.m. So it was kind of like, I was kind of like in the dark of like, hey, what's really going on? And then by the time I parked, so 5:50 a.m. tried to badge in, and the security guard took my badge and told me I was laid off. So by 5:50,
hey, homie got the message. He still went up there and said that he tried to badge in. First is denial, then it's acceptance, and then you have to make adjustments. First is denial, then you accept your fate, and then you got to start making adjustments. Now, a part of that adjustment may be a little bit of crying, it may be a little bit of duress, you may feel some type of way, but obviously he's transitioning well because he started a YouTube channel, and hopefully he's making some profits as a result of it. Make sure y'all go over there and check him out. His name is Nico Murillo.
I was like in my car. Usually I get all my stuff ready of like, my backpack, my water bottle, make sure my laptop's in there, it's charged and all that. Your pregame stuff, right? Like when you play for any type of sport, you make sure all your stuff is together, right? But I was like, this is kind of fishy. Let me try to badge in real quick and then see if this thing worked. Like, cause you never know if this thing's real or just a weird scam. So, yeah, I tried to badge in, and then this big 6'3", he was like 300 pounds, big, super big guy, and looked like a bouncer. And then he was like, "Hey, let me see your badge." And then he was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, you're part of the layoffs, man. Sorry." And I was like, okay. And then like, I just turned around, and then I had to walk out. And then
we call this the walk of shame, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we do. The walk of shame is you don't really know what to do or how to respond. It's an awkward exchange, whether it be with your manager or security. You don't know whether to be mad or just to keep moving and just get in your car and put your head down. Everybody know that you're getting laid off. You've then just lost your income. And so even though they're used to it because it's a bunch of other people that's going to go through it too, you still got to do that walk of shame. And that walk of shame, it's 1,000 different things that go through your mind when you're walking back to the car. Man, I don't know what I'm going to do, what is going to happen, and my bills is due. I shouldn't have went out the other night and tricked off on that chick. Yeah, it's a lot of thoughts that go through your head when you're going through that moment.
It really like hit me when I was in my car because I sat in disbelief, like,
see,
this is real. And then as time went on, like a few more minutes, it was like hitting me.
You get mad and you be like, man, they could have told me this before I left for work, and I done drove all the way out here, and you start being in denial.
Really hard. And then I got out of my car and just like, I looked left and right, and I was just like, damn, this is like, I spent 5 years here. Like, this was a long time. And so, yeah.
Green Mile. Got another one walking down the Green Mile. Yes, sir. Yes, sirree. Got a Green Mile. Taking that walk of shame, bro. I'm telling you, it's something else. Fellas, if you never did the walk of shame before, pray that you never have to. It actually builds good character.
I camped in that parking lot like for a whole year in 2023. And it was tough because, the whole situation with camping in the Model Y, it's pretty cool. You pretty much get the whole back seats to lay down, and then like you could put a whole bed back here. That's what I did. And I pretty much had everything laid out here, the bed, the pillows, and all that. To go to the bathroom though was really hard. I had to go use the restrooms in the middle of the night inside the factory, so I got to badge in, use the bathroom, and come back. That was kind of annoying. And also had to take showers at the facility, which then required me at the end of the shift I would go eat in the break room, microwave my dinner, and then I would I would go here in my car, get all my stuff, go back in the facility, shower. And some events, sometimes you forget your towel, or you forget your toothbrush, or you forget your toothpaste, or you forget deodorant, and you gotta make trip all the way back, and that thing sucks. But it did help me get a full 7 to 7.5 hours of sleep, which was very nice. Versus take an hour and a half commute back home, which then you have to do it again to come back to work. So that's why I didn't want to do that during 2023.
Jesus.
And I just camped in my car and said,
That's
you know
3
what?
hours
Like, I don't want to do the whole driving, total of 3 hours basically.
Yep.
Because hour and a half to go from home to work, and then from work to home.
It got to be in California.
Total of like 3 hours. So I was like, just camp in the car, see how it works. And so, yeah, that's what I did. I worked the alternate work schedule, which was 6:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. But then work required sometimes, because I was salary, it required me to stay a little bit over, so like 7 or 7:30 p.m. So, I mean, by the time you're done with a work shift, you do not want to drive an hour and a half again. So, ranting on, it's pretty much what happened. Yeah. So my whole thing with this happening, right? I was, just for paid transparency, I was making $120,000. If you include the stocks and all that, right? $120,000 as a production supervisor at Tesla. When I started in 2019,
it's not a bad salary. It's not a bad salary, especially if you're chilling and you're sleeping in your car and you're minimizing costs. And he had an electric vehicle, which meant that he prevented himself from having to spend a whole lot of money on gas. Now, again, I'm assuming that this is over in California. 120 bands a year for one person. That's not a bad do.
I was a production associate, so it was entry level. And, you know, I have a business degree from San Jose State. And I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of demoralizing, kind of like going into entry-level job. Yes, it was Tesla 2019 at the time, but like I was kind of distraught because, man, I mean, you're just doing the basic minimum entry-level, you know, placing parts onto something and that's it. Like, it wasn't very like
challenging,
hard to do. It was so easy that, you know, anyone can do it. So
a robot,
but my mindset,
that they about to make can do it, right?
Was like, hey, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna do my best, no matter what, no matter the results, and I'm gonna do my best every single time I am in here. I'm gonna try to get my name out there. I'm gonna do my best because that is what I represent. Is like, I try to do my best no matter what, and it's like, sometimes I take it to a level where it's like, you know, people are like, damn, that's different, right? Like, that's the cleaning person there ever was, right? 2019, went into entry-level job. After that, yeah. I have nothing against Tesla. It's like a very good company. I like Tesla. Like, I like the car. I like the brand. I like what it stands for. So I'm not gonna, you know, bash on them at all. Like, it's actually provided me.
I would actually hire him. He has a really, really, really good attitude.
You know, I have a home and, you know, all that.
Pretty big home.
Yeah. Yeah, we're selling the house, sell the furniture, and then my next plan is to actually live in this car. So.
Heck, no. Let me look at this plan again. Jesus Christ. Do he got kids? Did he say he had a woman that he was with? Did he say we selling? Let me back up.
So, yeah. Yeah, we're selling the house.
Yep, it's a we. So he must got a girl. He must got a girl. Yep.
Sell the furniture. And then my next plan is to actually live in this car. That's the
fastest way to get yourself out of a relationship. That's the fastest way to be able to get yourself out of a relationship. Hey, baby, we about to go and live. You want to test your girl? Y'all want to test your girl? What up, Connie? Nah. You want to test your girl? Babe, we got to get rid of everything. We got to live in our car for a little while. Just ask her. It ain't even got to be true. Ain't even got to be true. If you want to know what it's like to be broken up with that fast, tell her, hey, baby, we got to leave the confines of this crib and we're going to have to live in our car for the next 5 years. 5 years, unhoused, homeless. 5 years taking showers at your gym, going to wash up and use the bathroom at Wally World, Walmart. Getting bust down in the back seat of the Tesla. Sheesh. Oh, he said his next move is to do it for 5 years. 5 years? That's a lot. That's a lot to ask. That is a lot to ask. I can't live in my car, let alone for 5 years. I could do it for like 5 days. I mean, I'm driving somewhere across the country or something like that. 5 years, that's a long time.
Living in this car for about 5 years, and the reason why for that is because I'm tired of this system, right?
Jesus Christ.
I live in California, right? Rent is super high.
Get out of California. I keep telling y'all, get the hell out of California, bro. Get out of California. If y'all got to live in y'all car for 5 years in order to be, y'all need to leave, bro. Start a new life somewhere else in the middle of the country. California is not where it's at. All of y'all homeless parking on the side of the street in a parking lot at Home Depot.
High. Mortgage to get a house, super high. So you got your housing payments above $1,000 for sure. Like no matter what, it's gonna be like $1,000 around. And then you got utilities, you got electric, you got water, you got garbage, you got Wi-Fi, you got all these type of bills, man. And then like, I remember.
See how you start having this epiphany when you get laid off? You see how you start having this epiphany when you get laid off? This is the first stage of grief. This is the first stage of grief as you just start thinking about all of the possibilities and how you wasted the money. And man, this is expensive. It's the first stage of grief, bro.
Going it line by line because my little brother was like, hey man, why don't we just, I'm just gonna live in my car.
Oh, so his we must be his little brother. I'm assuming that the we is his little brother.
I was like, hey, you ain't wrong. Like, when I went through that Excel sheet, because I have a budget, it was like, this thing's real. Like, you can literally save like almost $2,000 a month and put it towards the stock market. And in 5 years, you could be financially independent. And that's what I want to do. I'm fired up of like, hey, like, getting laid off might have been the best thing that's ever happened to me because
that could be true.
I think that this is gonna light the fire and the spark of like, hey, like, this is you gotta get out of this rat race. Like, the rent is like so high. It's like,
now you're giving financial advice. It's the second stage of grief.
You know what? We're gonna go against the system. We're gonna go against the system, and
that's gonna last about a good 3 months, and then you're gonna get tired. And it's going to be like, man, it's rough out here. It's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to get that money for the rent.
The way you do that is, you're going to live in your car, and then it's going to
take one situation.
It's going to be a hard and long fought journey, but you know, I'm with it. I'm with it because I'm tired of paying the rent and all of that. And then look, I lost my job, and then I can't, the mortgage, like all that, right? Like, we got to sell the house. We have no choice, right? So it's like, I don't want to be in this position again. Like,
Pray for
it's
little
just,
homie.
yeah, it sucks, right? So, yeah, that's where the thing is headed. Selling the house, selling the furniture, and then live in the car for 5 years, and then I'm done. Like
Cap,
financially independent, right? I
cap,
have enough
cap,
money
cap,
to
cap.
be financially independent.
Unless he just blow up on YouTube or something like that.
So that's where the trend is going. That's where that's the next plan, right? I'm gonna vlog it all on YouTube and on
There
Instagram.
you
So
go.
go ahead and
There you go.
subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Give the video.
All right, y'all go ahead and check out again Nico Murillo. See what his journey is. I think that being authentic with your journey is awesome. It's a great idea, being awesome, especially when you facing some kind of tragedy. People can relate to you. They try to figure out how it is that they can buy into your brand, and so you just got to give them a reason to. But yeah, that's a little much, a bit much. Living in my car, van life, and a Tesla. It's not my cup of tea. God said, that's not for you, Anton. That's not for you.